Janet, Try It Like It Created, and today we're going to be doing some ink smushing for Tag It Tuesday. I'm starting off with ripe persimmon and pickled raspberry. I'm going to move my tag off to the side. We're going to use my glass mat. If you don't have a glass mat, you're going to want some kind of surface that you can smush your inks onto. You could use a piece of plastic. You could use a baking mat. Lots of different options, but basically what we want to do is put our color down and give it a nice amount of water, and then we're going to just kind of let our tag pick that color up. All right, and so there's our first layer of color, pretty well blended. Now if you want to save this onto another piece of paper, you could. I'm looking to see if I have anything that I can pick it up with. Let's just do that. Pick it up. And then I'm going to go in with the pink. Do the same thing. Add a decent amount of water so it moves. And then go in and smush right into it. I didn't dry the tag ahead of time. I just go in right on top of the colors that were there. Okay. And that is looking really pretty. I love those colors together. All right, go in with my paper and pick that up. And then maybe we'll use this for something else later. All right, now it's time to dry that tag. I'm gonna grab my heat tool here. All right, so you can see here that I have now dried my tag. Now we want it to be really dry, and I love the look of this. I'm not really sure I want to do anything more to it, but this was the idea I had. So I'm going to take the tag, and then I'm going to put a stencil on top, and you can see I'm just putting it at an angle here. And now I'm going to take my water, and I'm going to mist through the stencil. So I'm going to hold it down and mist from quite high up, and really give it some good water. All right, and then I'm going to take a tissue and go in and pick up that color. Now I'm holding it in place because if we haven't picked up enough, I'm going to do it again. All right, so just want to see how that's going. Pretty subtle. Let me do it again. Let's get it really wet. And let's see if I'm getting some color pickup. Yeah, we're starting to get some activity now. This stencil may have had some ink on it, and so we may be getting a little color reaction. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to go with that. You can see here I had some iridescence on here, and that is transferring on there. I'm good with that. I like the look. And so now I'm going to do the heat tool again and get this to dry. All right, so I thought I would go ahead and show you where we're at. So the stencil did a little bit of lightening up in the area, and it had some residue from another project on there, and hopefully it's showing up here in camera. It's some iridescent spray, and so if you wanted to get the look of that on your tag, what I used was this solar spray by Simon Hurley, and this one is called Cross My Heart. So it's a pink color, and it was left on the stencil. And so when it was on this side. So when I went to put it down, some of this iridescence transferred onto the tag, and I'm happy with it. So we're going to leave it there. And then I thought, well, I will die cut out a butterfly, and because this is just looking like such a sweet little card or tag, I thought that would look really nice, but I want to just edge it in pickled raspberry a little bit. So I'm just going to put some down here on my glass mat. I'm going to pick it up with a water brush and just kind of go around the outer edge here. And then I'll bring in a towel and wipe that off a little bit so it's just real subtle on the edge of the butterfly. While I have this out, I'll go ahead and pick that up with my brush and do a little pink splatter. All right, clean off my brush. Go ahead and pick that up with a scrap piece of paper. Set that aside. And then all we have to do is glue down our butterfly. I'm not going to add a sentiment on here. I think it's too pretty the way it is. I'm using this Zig two-way glue on the butterfly, and I'm going to place the butterfly down at an angle. And you could go ahead and give it some dimension if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down flat to the tag. And then I think I might just go around the edge with the pink. And if it gets a little bit more on the front, I'm good with that. So it adds a little more visual texture. There we go.